we feel more inspired in the shower. You should have said this, or I could have done that, or you begin to think and wonder and solve problems. So once upon a shower, I was thinking about our college graduation as a member of the class of 2020. Because our graduation got canceled due to COVID-19, a few of my classmates were just so disappointed, and I was trying to figure out if I could solve the problem. I then formed an idea that in the moment was quite simple, but it ignited a movement that you can benefit from, everybody can, not just the class of 2020, and benefit from it both personally and professionally. A movement that will allow that spark that you have inside of you to stay lit and grow, just like it happened to me after I got involved with this idea. The mentorship culture, which asks the public to embrace helping and guiding others as a way of life, no matter the circumstances. So, still in the shower, I thought to myself, not walking across the stage is unfortunate. That's true. But actually, we're the luckiest graduating class on the planet. We had Oprah, Sarah Blakely, Tony Robbins, Malala, Selena Gomez, LeBron James, Tom Brady, and Tim Cook as our commencement speakers. Each of these celebrities recorded videos of themselves and shared their messages with us because they felt that they had something significant to tell us, and not because universities had invited them this time. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Some of the most remarkable people as our commencement speakers. They were proud of us and challenged us to rise up as leaders and solve this crisis. Well, that sounded so awesome and inspiring. When was the last time we solved a crisis? Many in the graduating class are only high school graduates. They were just starting their lives. So I thought, what if these stars, these celebrities, could become mentors of recent grads? So I proposed a mentorship challenge through a video on Instagram. In the video, I called on the commencement speakers to become mentors, maybe to someone that went to the same school that they did, or someone that had a really inspiring story and they wanted to help them. But the real reason I called on our commencement speakers was so they could set the example and share their mentorship success stories with us, so that they could inspire us to do the same. I truly believed that this mentorship challenge could help a lot of people. So I asked all of my friends, their families, and their families' friends to share this video. It had over 2,000 views in the first day, and then I thought about other forms of media. And I would love to say that they reached out to me, that they came to me, but that was not what happened. I compiled a list of 50 news channels and newspapers with their phone numbers and email addresses. I sent them all a story request or an email and called a few of them. And out of the 50, one answered. The local news channel in Tampa, Florida, said yes, and I was so happy. That was my chance to make this happen. With this interview, we got the message out to the celebrities and a lot more people, and I could just see another brick being laid on the foundation of this project. And then my family gave me the idea to create a similar challenge in Portuguese to my home country, Brazil. And sure enough, to my great surprise, 2 Brazilian celebrities accepted the challenge. Bernardinho, the most successful coach in the history of volleyball, and Edu Lira, who grew up visiting his dad in prison and is now the CEO of a visionary social project called Gerando Falcões, or Creating Falcons in English, which seeks to find an end to poverty. And this idea kept expanding. Well, what if these stars, these celebrities, and just also everyday heroes could mentor a lot of people, not just one mentee each? So I created the Mentor Me series on Instagram, where I conducted live interviews with people who had reached incredible heights, including Dr. P. Berardi, a former Navy SEAL commander and 9/11 first responder. These everyday heroes broadcasted what they did as mentors and the importance of people who helped them to achieve their goals, and then more people decided to do the same. And we had these awesome conversations that served as a form of invisible mentorship. That's when you learn by observing and following your examples. And I receive such great phone calls and text messages with people telling me their plans to help and mentor other people. And through this process, I've learned that a culture of mentorship is much more than people helping each other. It is the way to help us create a more human, self-sufficient, sustainable, and even profitable world. And here's how we can do it. I just want to share 2 ideas with you. First, to create a culture of mentorship, we need mentors who are willing to impart their expertise, who are willing to stand up and recognize that mentorship needs to become a priority. And the biggest thing that you can do as a mentor is to share your story. Tell us what it was like when you went off to college and you had no idea which major to choose and graduated a semester late. Tell us about that time when you took a bold step and asked for a promotion. Tell us what it was like to live away from your family. By telling your story, you'll be sharing your wisdom with someone else. And then, once you tell your story, be willing to invest in them and engage with them. As a mentor, you can be a cheerleader, a coach, or even a parent figure. Whatever role you play, whatever story you share, know that you'll be helping yourself as much as, or even more than, you'll be helping them. Human resource professors and researchers, Gosh and Rayo, conducted a meta-analysis about mentoring that was published in the Journal of Vacation Behavior. In this study, they compared mentors to non-mentors in terms of job satisfaction, organizational commitment, turnover intent, job performance, and career success. And they found that mentoring is reciprocal and collaborative, not a one-way street as was commonly perceived. It leads to greater career success, the mentee and the mentor. Statistically, according to a 5-year study conducted by Gartner and Capital Analysis, mentees are 5 times more likely to be promoted than those without mentors. And mentors themselves, mentors are 6 times more likely to be promoted. The second idea is directed mainly to the mentees, which are all of us. Go out, look for mentors, and ask questions. But you gotta be asking the right questions. The best way to explain this idea is by sharing a story told by Harvey Mackay. A monk was strolling through a garden at a Zen monastery, listening to music. He stopped near another monk who motioned for him to remove his earbuds. "What are you doing?" the second monk said. "I'm listening to music and meditating," replied the first. "Do you have permission from the master to do this?" "Yes, of course." I find it hard to believe that the master would allow you to do such a thing. I was denied this very privilege just yesterday. How did you raise the question with the master?" I approached him and said, "I'm meditating during my walks in the garden. Is it okay to listen to music?" And he replied, "Absolutely not." That's odd. I approached the master and said, "I'm listening to music during my walks in the garden. Is it okay for me to meditate?" And he replied, "Certainly." If we think about it, questions can be more powerful than answers. And here's what I propose. Be prepared and ask the right questions. There is a big difference between asking, "I want to learn how to code, can you teach me?" and "I want to learn how to code because it seems like it's a very demanded skill nowadays." I read that in your field, the most common programming languages are Python, Java, JavaScript, and HTML. Which one did you learn first, and how did you do it? The more specific you are, the greater the opportunity for a more meaningful relationship. We may be hungry for better answers, but the first step is asking the right questions. Think about it. According to the Federation of Small Businesses, 70% of small businesses that receive mentoring survive for 5 years or more. That is double the rate compared to non-mentored entrepreneurs. So if we all do this, if we're willing to become mentors and invest our time, and if you're willing to become mentees and ask for help by asking the right questions, here's what a mentorship culture would look like, simply put. And you may have heard this before, but sometimes you need a hand. Sometimes you're there to give a hand. It works best when both are willing to reach when needed. You know, when I had this crazy idea in the shower to call on celebrities, I was not gonna do it. I was so afraid that people would call me crazy because who do I think I am to reach out to celebrities? I'm just an international student that came to the US at age 16 by myself and got through school with the help of a lot of good people and volleyball and academic scholarships. Simple me, just me. And then, in spite of that fear, I decided I was going to do it. I was going to reach out to the celebrities. What changed? Everything changed after I talked to a mentor who believed in me. Mentorship is about lifting each other up. It's about planting seeds. It's about creating a spark in the lives of others. That spark of hope is exactly what ignites massive action, which can change the world for the better. Yes, mentorship takes hard work, but if there is a possibility of creating this culture of mentorship, wouldn't it be worth it? Get yourself a mentor, or maybe even more than one. Call them, message them, connect with them. Be prepared, and remember, ask the right questions. And mentors, just share your stories and reach out. You'll be planting seeds in your own fields too. I want to share one last statistic. According to a Forbes article, in the corporate setting, 76% of people think mentors are important, but only 37% have one. Let's change that. Let's create a culture of mentorship. Thank you.